Let's talk about what it takes to get Sonar Pulse working. If you follow the steps in this video, and you may have to take a look at some of the other videos on the site to get more in depth on the individual modules that I'm talking about, but if we go through this video and do everything that I'm walking you through, you'll have a working Pulse installation and things will look good. So, first thing we need to do is have a properly set up inventory system, and what that means is that we're defining our devices that we put at network sites by having an inventory item in Sonar, and we're inventorying all that equipment and deploying it correctly. If we take a look under categorization here, you can just quickly see I have a lot of different models in here, and these all define the different types of equipment that I deploy. So if we take a look under Cambium, these 320 access points that I deploy, or these EPMP backhauls, we can scroll down and take a look. Under HP, I have ProCurve switches I deploy, that kind of thing. And when we edit one of these inventory items, you can see there's a couple of things that we can configure in here that will help with Pulse. One is that we can set an icon, and the icon that we pick here is what's going to be used on the network site maps that you'll see in the next video. And the other thing that's important is that we're able to associate IP addresses with these devices. So to associate an IP address with a device, we need either a MAC address field on it or an IMSI field, and then we can attach the IP directly to the MAC or the IMSI, or we just need some kind of field on here that allows us to uniquely define the device, and then we can attach an IP directly to the device instead. So if you've watched the earlier videos, I think you'll realize there that attaching it to a MAC will let us do things like write a DHCP reservation. If we attach it directly to the device, then it's not going to allow us to do DHCP, but it will still let us monitor and that kind of thing. So really the critical thing here, we need at least one field on a device that allows it to be uniquely identified, like a serial number or a MAC or something like that, so that we can attach IPs to it. Now let's go take a look at a network site. I'm going to bring up my network site 1 here. And if we take a look at active assignments, you'll see I have a number of IPs bound to my devices here, so that's what I need to have. I also need to have inventory deployed here to be able to bind those IPs. So if we take a look at the inventory tab, you can see here's all my inventory I have deployed at this site. In my case, I have MAC addresses on all of it, but you need to have some kind of inventory deployed here. And then under active assignments, we need to have an IP bound to each device that we want to try and pull network data from so that we can build the map up. Now, we do take a look at a lot of different information when we're trying to build those pulse maps, and so you can have some devices that are not set up correctly and others are, and maybe we're able to pull enough information from one device to link it to another one that's not correct. But generally speaking, if you want these maps to look right, you're going to want to deploy all your inventory to your network site, and you're going to want to have an IP address on every item of the network site that you want to be part of the map. So you can see I have that set up here. So get all your items in inventory, make sure you're deploying items to your network sites, make sure you're putting IP addresses on those devices that correspond to whatever the actual IP addresses of them are. The other thing we need is network monitoring set up. We have a whole series on this, so go back and take a look at those videos if you need to know how to get the network monitoring set up. But I'm going to show you a very simple monitoring template here to just show you the bare minimum of what we need to make this work. When we go out and we scan the network to try and figure out the topology to build these pulse maps, we are going out and doing SNMP queries against these devices to pull as much information as we can from them to try and build those maps and make them accurate. In order to do that, we need to know what the SNMP version is, and we need to know what the SNMP community is. So the bare minimum that we need is a monitoring template created where you've picked the correct SNMP version, you've put in the correct SNMP community, and then down below that you've selected the different devices that have that community and version. That's the minimum you need to do. If you want to get more monitoring data, again, I'd recommend taking a look at the other network monitoring videos we have and going through that. But as long as you at least put in the community string here, the version, and check the correct models, everything will work. Let's jump back over to that network site really quickly, and I'll just show you what this looks like when it's all working. We're going to pull in a pulse map here, and you can take a quick look. So you can see I have all my stuff set up correctly. Sonar's been able to build a map of this site. It looks nice. We've got the links between devices and all that kind of thing. So in the next video, I'm going to step you through this map and explain how it all works.